The sales process 5 stages, sales techniques. One way to begin to develop this interesting topic on advanced sales techniques is by asking 2 questions, which in my courses and trainings I usually infer to my groups of professional participants. Welcome, I'm David. I would like to encourage you to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell so that it will notify you every time we publish a new video. The first question addressed to the group of sales professionals does not stop producing a certain impact, and I would like to say a certain confusion sometimes in some participants, since the first question says, "What is selling?" Faced with this question addressed to the group, it is usually produced different answers. Selling as an exchange between the buyer and the seller. Sell is a transaction. Selling is convincing. Selling is meeting the needs of our clients, and many more. Here I try to highlight the positive of each definition about what is selling. And in the end, I say that I also have my particular way of saying that is to sell. And I say that the sale is a scale, and like any scale worth of its name must have 2 plates, extremities. The first plate represents the customer plate, where you as a sales professional have to put something that no matter how much we give it, will not stop having a certain negative aspect from the customer's point of view. Well, they are the efforts that we ask the customer to make the sale. That is, that he has to contribute, and ultimately all that and much more can be expressed in a single word: price. Therefore, price is not only expressed in monetary units, but also expressed in effort, risk, dedication, commitment, what the client has to contribute, money to pay. In the other side of the scale is the seller's plate, our plate, where we will have to put everything necessary to compensate, balance positively and widely the weight of the efforts that our client will have to make. There is only one way, with multitude of expressions and variants, to make the client see that the weight of the plate on the side of our scale far exceeds the efforts that he will have to make to carry out the sale. The way to compensate the client's efforts expressed in price has a definition: the benefits. The benefits that we provide to our client through the satisfaction and solution of their problems, desires, needs, concerns, dissatisfactions, etc., that the client will receive from us upon completion the sale. Therefore, one way of expressing what is selling is to use 2 words. Selling is motivating. Selling is justifying why the customer has to buy. Justifying his efforts on the part by providing all kinds of benefits and fully satisfying the needs and desires of the client. The value of this image of the scale, where price by the client and profit by the seller are confronted, is a whole program on sales techniques, and could be summarized in how to, at the end of the interview, make the client feel that the weight of the benefits that he's going to receive greatly exceed the efforts, price, he as a client has to put. The second question is, and what are sales techniques? Usually in my trainings, after asking the group about how they interpret the sales techniques and receiving different definitions from the participants, I give my own definition. And as a way to explain it is through a process that is developed between the sales professional and the client. Let's describe the different phases or stages of this sales process. Before contacting the client, we must do a good and careful preparation and planning of our sales interview. Remember that nothing replaces a deep preparation. Answering the question, what factors influence positively our client before and during the first stage of the contact, as part of the preparation, and also how to motivate and justify our interview with our client. Stage 1. The contact or introduction. It is the time necessary to create a positive atmosphere with the client to awaken interest in our sales presentation. Stage 2. Information collection or qualification. A stage in which, using a good questioning technique, we obtain all the relevant information about the client and his situation. Remembering that saying is not selling. Selling is asking, knowing how to ask. Influence more with questions and not with statements. Stage 3. Selling benefits. It is the argumentation stage. Using for this the methodology of starting from the most significant characteristics of our product or offer, transforming them into advantages for the client, and in turn transforming those advantages into benefits for the client as the solution to their problems, desires, and needs. A highly skilled way of selling transforms the sale into a problem-solving system. Stage 4. Overcoming doubts, resistance, and objections. How to discover the possible resistance and doubts of the client. Different techniques for handling and overcoming objections. Emptying the client of all their doubts and objections. Stage 5. Leading to customer decision making. Closing the sale. When do we begin to close ourselves? Different closing techniques. Remembering that you have to be firm at closing. And answering the question, what are sales techniques? The answer is all the different ways of doing I have as a sales professional in front of my client and throughout the sales interview to achieve my goal, which is ultimately to achieve a good sales closing. Finally, always make an action plan, the follow-up of the customer, because a satisfied customer is the best collaborator of the seller. In the next videos, we will deepen and specify the different and specific advanced sales techniques. And okay, if you are interested in our videos, I suggest you give a like and subscribe to our channels in English and Spanish, as we publish videos every week.